you.
Thank you, Linda. It's our testimony time. Eagle will translate today. 是 Eagle 吗？
Hello, Linda. This is Eagle.
Good. How are you, Eagle?
Thank you, Linda. It's very nice to have you here.
Thank you, even though I was late.
I'm ready.
Okay. Last week, I told you a young boy, Francis, asked me to go visit a lady in the hospital.
上周我对你们讲述了一个叫弗朗西斯的小男孩要求我去医院看望一位女士。
I did not want to leave my stack of office work.
我不想放下我那堆办公室里的工作。
But Francis was quietly insistent.
但弗朗西斯虽然安静，却固执地坚持着。
I went with him reluctantly.
情愿地跟他去了。
He led me through crowds of patients to Bridget.
我穿过成群结队的病人。
He was seriously ill following surgery.
手术后，他的病依然很重。
Bridget from New Zealand wanted a foreign lady to talk to her.
来自新西兰的布里奇特希望有一位外国女士与他交谈。
Thus began a series of daily visits.
于是我开始每天去探访她。
Amazingly, she lived for 3 weeks.
令人惊奇的是，她活了3个星期。
Her husband, a Uganda professor, and her 2 children, one black and one white, cared for her physical needs.
她的丈夫是一位乌干达教授，她有2个孩子，一个黑皮肤，一个白皮肤，在照顾她的身体。
They brought food and water, slept by her bed, and washed her clothes.
他们为她送来食物和水，睡在她的床边，为她洗衣服。
But she had a load of emotional needs too.
但她心里有很强烈的情感的需求。
She knew she would die soon.
她知道自己很快就要死去。
She couldn't face God.
她无法面对上帝。
Bridget greatly feared meeting God face to face because her whole life was full of sin, offensive to him.
布里奇特非常害怕与上帝面对面的交谈，因为他整个的人生都充满了罪恶，冒犯上帝。
With continual weeping, she confessed and confessed her sins to me.
他不断的哭泣，向我忏悔，承认自己的罪。
I tried to convince her of God's great love, mercy, and forgiveness.
我试图说服他相信上帝的大爱、上帝的怜悯和宽恕。
哎呀，人家会问我的。
闭下眼。
I read New Testament verses to her.
我给他读新约圣经的经文。
But she could not accept this.
但他不能接受经上的话是真的这个事实。
She had run away from home and from God many years ago.
多年前，他离家出走，远离上帝。
Each day she told me of more sins which offended God.
每天他都跟我讲大量的他的冒犯上帝的罪。
I read and explained more Bible verses.
我给他阅读并解释更多的经文。
Still, Bridget could not believe.
布里奇特还是不相信。
After several days, I prayed with her that God Himself would show her the reach of His forgiveness.
几天后，我和他一起祷告，希望上帝能亲自动工，让他看到上帝那无限的宽恕。
The next morning, she called out to me before I reached her bed, Linda.
第二天早晨，我到达他床边之前，他高声地叫了我一声 "Linda"。
He had an energy I had not seen.
他迸发出一种我从没有见过的能量。
Linda, I think God answered your prayer.
Linda， 我想上帝回应了你的祷告。
I heard, though your sins are as scarlet, they shall be white as snow.
我听到了，你的罪虽像朱红，必白如羊毛。
What is that?
那是什么意思？
I showed her Isaiah 1, verse 18 from the Old Testament.
我给他看了旧约以赛亚书1章18节。
It meant that even though her sins caused a deep stain on her life, they could be made clean as fresh fallen snow.
这意味着，尽管他的罪在他的生命中造成了深深的污点，但他们可以变得像新飘落的雪花一样纯净。
Joy overwhelmed her because of that night's experience.
那晚的经历让他被倾倒下来的喜悦压倒了。
God had spoken to her.
神已经对他说了话。
This time I was the one weeping tears of joy.
这一次，那个喜乐流泪的人是我。
Again, as I left, I prayed the same prayer.
在我离开时，Go ahead.
That God Himself would convince her.
当我离开时，我再次做了同样的祷告，希望上帝自己使他相信。
The next morning,
第二天早晨，
and I will continue the story next week.
下周精彩继续。Thank you, Linda. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing grace. Praise the Lord.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Linda, for giving us such a touching story. Thank you. Could you please lead us read the Lord's Prayer?
Yes. Our Father in heaven,
Our Father in
heaven.
hallowed be your name.
Hallowed be
Your name.
Your kingdom come.
your
Your
kingdom
kingdom
come.
come.
Your will be done
Your will be done
on earth as it is in heaven.
On earth as it is in
heaven.
heaven.
Give us today our daily bread.
Give us
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts,
Forgive us our debts.
as we also have forgiven our debtors.
as we also have forgiven our
and lead us not into temptation,
and lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from the evil one.
but deliver us from the evil one.
Amen.